Okay, today is September the 3rd, 2015, and we're looking at the Northeast Pacific infrared loop. And right now, looking at actually 4 storms now. We've got a new storm. This is Tropical Storm Kevin. Kevin is moving north at 9 miles per hour. And Kevin is forecast to take a left turn on Saturday. Right now, we've got high pressure building down in this area, which is moving the tails of this storm and also Jimena right here off to the northeast. So California is not seeing any clouds or any kind of any rain or anything like that. Today and yesterday in California, we had sunny skies. We had partly cloudy weather yesterday and chemtrails yesterday. Today it was very clear but cool. It was a nice day. No clouds. And just very nice weather in the 70s. Wasn't very warm at all. We've got a lower pressure tonight. It's around 29.92. So the pressure is dropping. All right. And we have a relative humidity tonight of around 56, 57%. Okay. All right, let's look at this map in the water vapor mode and see what's going on. Okay, Ignacio has been completely surrounded by a hot air HAARP transmitter to isolate it, and also Jimena is being surrounded by a HAARP transmitter as well. So these 2 storms are going to be completely isolated like they did with some of the other ones, Dolores and a few others. They surround these storms and then they slowly blow them apart with the transmitter pulses. Okay, now over here, Kilo is being hit by a transmitter. We can see the blast pattern all around the edge here. Okay, and the core has been split in half. That happened earlier today. This storm's been being throttled back as well as all of these have. Okay, so let's look at the statistics here. Jimena still has 100 mile per hour winds and is moving northwest at 3 miles per hour. This storm here, Ignacio, is 70 mile per hour. That's a tropical storm moving northwest at 13 miles per hour. So this storm is diminished to 70 mile per hour winds. Over here is Kilo. Kilo still has 98 mile per hour winds. It's moving west-southwest in a direction like this, down that way, to that direction, west-southwest. And we don't have a speed on that one, but it has changed direction because of the heat, high pressure that's been forced, blocking it right here. So we saw that dent yesterday and the day before in the side of this storm, and that served to change its direction. And also, look at this flow here. This is coming out of the Bering Sea. That is going to cause some interesting developments. We have a new weather system right here spinning counterclockwise. So this is going to cause a whole new weather system right here. And it looks like Ignacio may join up. This could, unless they keep this heat on right here and keep a path here, these two could merge. And so I'm curious to see what happens next with these two systems. Down here, they're just going to isolate this, and they will continue to hit these very gradually because of the fact that this was a historic week. There are a lot of people watching this weather right now because of the fact that we had these 3 major hurricanes all at the same time, and that's never happened in recorded weather history in the East Pacific. So they're not going to blow these apart and make it look real obvious that there are things happening, but obviously we can see this storm here is being blown apart here. They're hitting this pretty good with the heat right in the core, and the core has been hit, split in half. All right, let's go on and move on here. This is the East Pacific. We got Kevin here. We got this high pressure that's being built in, and that's steering the tails of these 2 storms out and around over Mexico. And California is remaining dry as a result of that. Up here we have a couple of storms, big thunderstorms that are being blown apart. We'll take a look at that here in a second. This is the visible light mode. Kevin right here. It looks like it was hit. We can see a ring here, but it's not really moving at a very high velocity. We'll keep an eye on that. Tomorrow we may see more activity. Actually, this does look like a, yeah, they are hitting this. Right? I hope everyone can see the core where the pen tip is right there. They have hit that storm with a microwave transmitter right there. Looks like a bullseye on a dartboard right there. And then we see the HAARP ring. Okay, so they are hitting that storm. Let's go back and look at the core. Yeah, we do see a change in color, but it rebuilds. There's some color change. You're hitting that very lightly. Okay, and there is the water vapor mode once again. All right, so we'll keep an eye on that. Let's go on here to the, this is the Central Pacific water vapor loop. You've got the Hawaiian Islands right here. This is the tail of Ignacio right here, and the tail has begun to spin counterclockwise. So we have a new weather system right here that is generating some thunderstorms right over the islands right here. Okay, and here is Kilo. We can see what's happening to Kilo. The core has been split apart by a microwave blast, and that is generating those patterns right there. All right. Okay, let's move on here. This is the color infrared loop for the same map. All right. Okay. Here's the visible light mode map. Okay. All right, let's keep going here. Now here's a close-up of Hawaii. This is the tail of Ignacio that's begun to spin counterclockwise, and we can see a lot of thunderstorms and stuff right down here by the islands. So we'll keep an eye on that. Here comes Jimena right here, and we'll keep an eye on all of this stuff. All right, here's the infrared loop indicating some rain over the islands, fairly substantial rain. Okay, now here's the Southwest. We got California over here, the dry zone, and we can see that these storms here are being blown apart by a microwave transmitter. All right, there's one blast up here, there's another one right here, and then there's one down here. Let's go take a look at that in the in the rainbow loop. And we can see some high velocity shock waves moving out right here, here, and down here. Right where the pen tip is, we see a blast wave moving down. Okay, now let's watch this in the daylight mode right here. We can really see the detail here. Got a blast pattern here, and right there where the pen tip is, moving to the south at very high speed. And we can always tell these blasts because they move contrary to the general flow of the currents, the upper level currents. They move very quickly, and they have a circular pattern to them. All right, so we can clearly see that those are blasts. Those are generated by a HAARP transmitter, a microwave transmitter to be more specific. These are targeted blasts in a specific small area. So these are more likely microwave blasts. There's a lot of water vapor. Microwaves heat the water vapor very quickly, and then we have expansion of the air, and that's what generates these large shock waves. Okay, so let's go back now and watch the water vapor loop again, and we can see the color change after these storms are targeted. They evaporate very quickly, and there's the shock wave right there moving out. Okay, now let's watch it again in the the rainbow loop. We can see the intensity diminish quite a bit. These go from a fairly deep red color to yellow and green right after that. So this is real good evidence of weather manipulation. They're not talking about this on the nightly weather reports in the United States, as far as I know of. Okay, so let's go on here and take a look at the National Hurricane Center. Let's take a look at Kevin. Okay, here's Kevin right here. We've got 60 mile per hour winds, and Kevin is moving due north at 9 miles per hour. All right, now Kevin is forecast to take a left turn on Saturday. Despite the fact that we have high pressure building in right here, strong high pressure, which right now is serving to re-steer these tails off of Hurricane Jimena and also Tropical Storm Kevin. Otherwise, these would go right into California, and they'd have to spray the skies and make a mess of the skies to prevent that rain. All right, so meantime, these are going around and up through Baja and through Mexico and up through New Mexico and parts of Texas. But they're being blown apart. We can see what's happening right here. That's where they're blowing these apart. Okay. All right. Now, let's go take a look at the other storm data here. We go to the Central Pacific. Let's take a look at, we got Ignacio, 70 mile per hour winds, moving 13 miles per hour to the north-northwest. We have Jimena, 100 mile per hour winds, moving northwest at 3 miles per hour. All right. So this storm is running into some high pressure. This is why this storm is only moving at 3 miles per hour. It's running into this high pressure that's surrounding Ignacio. This is all going to be very interesting because we have a strong flow out of the Bering Sea once again. That's going to cut this tail off of this flow here. And then we've got another spinning low here that's generating, and the remnants of this tropical storm. So this could all join together. We'll just have to wait and see what happens and how they handle it. They may cut this with a phased array radar and cut a knife right through there. We'll just wait and whoops. Let's get the damn camera set up here. Okay, so what we're worried about is this flow here and what's going to happen tomorrow. We're watching to see that these two systems don't join up. They may join up, but we're not sure right now. So we'll keep an eye on all this, and we'll go ahead and do an update tomorrow. Okay, so that's it.